Hello. Sorry for the laugh there. No, I'm not sorry, actually. I thought it was quite silly and funny. Hello, welcome to the Mastercast featuring your lad, your homie, Master Dan, the Monoblog podcast, hosted by myself, this N. Welcome to episode 13 of the Mastercast. Hope you are having a swell weekend at the moment as you listen to this on the Saturday it comes out. Usually it comes out on a Friday, but I'll be completely honest. I didn't have much to chat about coming up on the run up to it being released on the Friday. So what happened was Nintendo Direct and PlayStation State of Play both went live on Friday, which was Nintendo Direct was 3 o'clock and State of Play was 10 o'clock at night. So I thought I want to have something decent to like put out on the weekend. Like I didn't want to wait a whole week to talk about like the Direct and State of Play. So I thought I'll just chill out that day, watch the Direct and the State of Play and stuff like that. Yeah, and record it so that it's ready on the Saturday and it is, new and current and fresh, which is what I want my content to be. But yeah, we'll talk about that and some stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you're having a swell weekend on this Saturday as you listen to this. Thanks to anybody who's listened to the previous episode involving Spike 20, who came on last week. We talked about our top 5 underrated PlayStation 1 video games, and we had such a blast. It was brilliant. It's like one of my favourite podcasts I've done. It was absolutely brilliant, and he was awesome. He was great. He'll be back on another time, I'm sure. We've already talked about potential PlayStation 2 underrated titles that we can do in the future. So, yeah, thank you again, Spike, for coming on. You're awesome. And anybody who's listened and watched the videos and everything for the previous episodes, I appreciate you. And yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you have, I enjoyed it. I can't see why anybody would think it's a shit episode, because it isn't! Anyways, what have I been up to? I saw Trivium about... It was actually a couple of weeks ago. It was actually before I recorded the episode with Spike, but because it was such a long episode, I decided not to talk about it. But yeah, Trivium, I saw them at Leeds Stylus, and it was awesome. I've seen Trivium about 8 times now, and they're always brilliant. But this time, it was coming to the end of their... it's called the Wizards and Goblins Tour, and they basically decided to make an event of the Shogun album. 15 years. It's 15 years old, the Shogun album. And they decided to play a lot of stuff from that. Some of the greatest hits as well from Ascendancy. And some of the newer stuff as well, like from the last 2 albums that have come out, like from What the Dead Men Say and In the Court of the Dragon. Just brilliant. Just brilliant band. Awesome live. Matt Heafy is just evolved into such an amazing front man and has a hell of a voice, hell of a guitar player. And yeah, they were just brilliant. As per usual, just brilliant. Every time I see Trivium, ever since I've been seeing them, since 2006, opening for Iron Maiden on the Crusade tour, they've just always been brilliant live. And shout out to Bleed From Within and Orbiculture for supporting them as well. Both brilliant bands, both sounded amazing. Yeah, it was awesome. It was great. What else did I get up to? I cleaned out my PlayStation 3. Yeah, so I haven't talked about this yet. Got a PlayStation 3, and it's the backwards compatible model, right? It is the OG FAT, spelled PH, OG backwards compatible model now. These have only been in existence for a few months in production, right? So for some reason, when they revised the console after a few months, they dropped the backwards compatibility for PlayStation 2 games. So, first time these PlayStation 3s came out, you could play PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 games all on this one console, okay? All on this one console. And after that, all the other PlayStation 3s that came out, all the fat ones that were a different model number, and the Slims and the Super Slims, were only backwards compatible with PlayStation 1 games. And, which is a bit weird. So that made these PlayStation 3 games quite sought after, and they go for quite a hefty price, really. But I got it for such a bargain. Like, I got it for what you would pay for a normal PlayStation 3. Like I was really, really, really lucky to get at that price. Like, I'm so happy that I got it. Just the fact that I'll be able to play all those console games, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS3, all in HD. Like, already upscaled and everything, okay? It's replaced the PlayStation 2. It's there. It's awesome. And I cleaned it out yesterday, right? And because I saw a bit of dust on like the vent holes and stuff like that, I thought that looks like you could do a bit of clean. Opened it up, the biggest, dustiest mess I've ever seen inside of a console in my life. Yeah, it took me a couple of hours just to clean the damn thing. So, I had like a little handheld Hoover with me. I had a kind of compressed air, all sorts, and just like polishing it and everything. And it's looking almost brand new now. Like, I'm so glad I've cleaned it out, because them ones are prone to overheating, and it's never been opened in the 13 years it's been alive. 13 years, that's how long PS3's been out for. Because the warranty sticker hadn't come off over a screw and all that sort of stuff, and like, it's mad. It's insane. But yeah, it's I've got one now, and it's awesome. And yeah, that's what I've been up to this week, really. Messing about with that. Not a lot has gone on, really. I'm signed up to a new gym now. It's the One Gym. I used to go to one called the Gym Group, and just got really, really busy, that one. Really, really busy. It's like the cheapest one in Darlow, where I live. And this new one's just opened. It's like a few quid more expensive, but like, it's got a sauna. All the equipment's brand new. It's way bigger. It's better in every way. There's like a separate room for like boxing and stuff like that. Like, it's really, really awesome being going that. And that has just given me a little bit more motivation to go more and, try and shed some fucking pounds, man. I don't know why I said that in an American accent. I do apologize. But yeah, it's good to have a new gym. I'm feeling a bit more motivated, and I'm hoping to, do something with that. Do something about it. Yeah, so I've got that. Nothing else happened during the week, really. Oh yeah, went to a pub quiz. And we sucked, but we still managed to win a bottle of wine last night. How good's that? How good is that? Yeah, so that was a right laugh. But yeah. Also, I'm going to be taking some. Well, I reached out for some questions, and I understand it was kind of last minute, because like I was a bit late getting the episode together and stuff like that. Usually I'd take it like a couple of days before to like take questions before recording, and I was literally like not even the day before recording this one now, and my contribution to this week's podcast comes from none other than Haley Taylor, my GF. She is sent me 2 questions. Okay, so I'll get the shit one out the way first. What do you think of Busted's latest release? To that, she is referring to the new Greatest Hits album by Busted. Greatest Hits 2.0. I have not listened to it. To be honest, I don't want to listen to it. Busted, I'm not a fan of them really particularly. They have a few bangers out there. Hostess, I like the way you dress, and I'm glad I crossed the Reading, and been to the year 3000, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, they've got a greatest hits album, and they have re-recorded all the songs, and they feature. I mean, I haven't got the list up here. The feature other bands. They've re-recorded the songs. Why would you do that in the first place? I don't know. So, yeah, 3000 featuring the Jonas Brothers. 3 a.m. featuring none other than Northeast Zone, James Arthur. Everything I Knew, Dashboard Conventional. What I Go to School For, The Vamps. Thunderbirds, I Go! Featuring McFly. Meet You There by Neck Deep. Who's David? Featuring Wheatus. Loser Kids featuring Simple Plan. They're covering Bop with Hanson. Sleeping with the Light On featuring Death of Anna. Crash the Wedding featuring All Time Low. Air Hostess featuring You Me at 6. You Said No featuring Charlotte Sands. So I have not listened to this greatest hits. I don't want to listen to this. When I want to listen to something, I want to like it, and I just know for a fact I am not going to like it. I don't like Busted that much in general, so to be paired up with a bunch of bands that I don't really like is not worth my time. So, but if you like it, crack on, is all I'm going to say. The other question that came from Haley is, what is my favourite download festival and why? Now this one, it's quite hard for me to pick, really. I don't think I can ever sort of put my finger on, like, that is the best download festival I've been to. Because, like, some of them have the pros and the cons. Mainly down to either lineup, or the banter, or the weather. Okay? So, I will definitely say this year's download had the best weather. It was sunny all the way. It was nice and hot. It was lovely. It was hard work, I will say that, but it was bloody lovely. It was nice. It was just good to have a nice sunny download. Like, you just had to be prepared for it. You just had to wear all your sun cream and keep yourself hydrated, and that was the main thing. As long as you were doing that, you're onto a winner. But you know, it was still a bit hard work. But also at the same time, the lineup for this year was fucking awesome. Like, 2 nights of Metallica, I wasn't going to be disappointed about that at all. Obviously, Bring Me the Horizon put on an amazing headline set. They were incredible. There was Parkway Drive, Architects on main stage. Like, who else played? Like, Ghost put on a fucking incredible second stage headline set. Who else? Puscifer, seeing them for the first time. It was like Coheed and Cambria headlining the third stage. Beautiful, beautiful, just brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. But yeah, like just to sort of, I've actually got like the history of download right up here on the internet. So some I'll like sort of give a shout out. Like, Download 2010 is the first download I've been going to. That was the first one, right? I've been going to all of them ever since then, apart from 2011 and the download pilot that happened during COVID. So, Download 2010, how was this for 3 headliners? AC/DC, Rage Against the Machine, Aerosmith. I don't think I'm ever going to see that trio ever again. And there was also bands like Bullet for My Valentine when they were good. Fucking Deftones, Megadeth, Motorhead, Stone Temple Pilots, Slash, Lamb of God, and there was all sorts. It was really. It was my first ever download festival. I was 18 years old, so that lineup holds a special place in my heart. I mean, this year, 2012 was like an incredible year. But the weather was shit. The weather was atrocious for like the first 2 days. But then the sun came out like I'd say halfway through the Saturday and continued for the rest of the weekend. By the Sunday, all the mud had dried up and it was perfect. It was great. But 2012 Download was such a special lineup. Like Metallica headlining, they played the Black Album in its entirety. You know, and such an iconic album. It's not my favourite Metallica album, of course, but it is an iconic album. Like, them songs live in a field at a festival are gargantuanly brilliant. And my first time ever seeing Black Sabbath, like, Black Sabbath are just, like, they were one of the gateway bands into, like, learning guitar for me, and just, like, they've just got one of the best back catalogues ever. I mean, particularly the Ozzy era. Obviously, Ozzy Osbourne was singing for them as well. Like, that was incredible. To see Soundgarden for the first and only ever time with Chris Cornell, that was a really, really special moment for me. Tenacious D, seeing them was really cool. Like, seeing Jack Black. Seeing Biffy Clyro for the first time, like, sub-headlining. I remember Slash putting on an incredible, like, second stage headline set. Trivium doing in Waves. Who else did I see? I remember seeing Don Broco as well, like, before the first album was even out, like, on that year. It was wild. It was, that was an incredible lineup. Like, The Prodigy as well, they headlined the main stage on the Friday. It was awesome. But yeah, other years, I remember 2014 being nice and sunny. That was Avenged Sevenfold's first headline one. 2013, raining again for that one, but Iron Maiden played. They made like the 1988 set lists, and it was my first time seeing Slipknot and Rammstein, Queens of Stone Age, and the band of the weekend on that 2013 was Limp Bizkit. 2015, I saw Muse for the first time, and that was jaw-droppingly incredible, as well as Faith No More, one of my favourite bands. Let's see what other years there is. 2016 was a complete write-off, to be honest. 2016 was the worst weather ever for Download. Just didn't fucking stop all weekend. We actually went home a day early. Like, missed Iron Maiden. Like, gutted. I was absolutely gutted. But, like, we had to get out because we didn't think we would get out later on during the night because of how bad the car park looked already. And we thought, if we stay here any longer, we're not going to get out of here for hours. So I'd say it was the right thing to do. But yeah, I remember being gutted. Like, Rammstein's set that day was a bit bad because like you were hearing pops all the time coming from the PA, and it wasn't sounding very good. I mean, it was still great. Like, the performance was still great, but Rammstein like struggled that day for me. I just remember watching Deftones in the rain and how depressing that was. 2017, that was my first time seeing System of a Down. There was Mastodon. Code Orange played an absolute blinder of a fucking third stage set. I remember them being like the band of the weekend. Biffy Clyro headlining. That's the best time I've ever seen Biffy Clyro. Aerosmith, always brilliant again. 2018, Guns N' Roses. That was an insane set. That was a 3 hours of Guns N' Roses. That was the first time, and I probably think it's going to be the last time I see Guns N' Roses, because I love Guns N' Roses, and I'm thankful enough to have seen them with Axl Rose being on form. He did really well at Download, and I feel like if I saw Guns N' Roses again, it would tarnish the first time I saw them, just because it was so perfect. It was an incredible set list and everything. It was awesome. Avenged Sevenfold came back that year as well, and that was when they perfected being a live main stage band for me. But yeah, that was a great, yeah, like, there was Thunder, there was Ozzy Osbourne as well, seeing him do a solo set, that was awesome. Who else was there? Fucking hell, I missed Hatebreed play the main stage on 2018. Silly bastard. I suppose I wasn't really into Hatebreed back then, but I'm bloody bang into them now. Friggin' love Hatebreed. Why didn't I bloody see them? Idiot. Who else played? Who else played? I can't see because the text is too small. But yeah, Zealanada, I saw them. Let's see. Download 2019 was the first one I went to with Haley, and it also featured the best ever headline set I've ever seen, which was Tool. It was incredible. Smashing Pumpkins played, Lamb of God played, Amon Amarth played, Trivium, one of the best Trivium sets I've seen, Skindred, Power Trip, the last time I'll ever see Power Trip, rest in peace, Ryder Gale. Obviously didn't go to the pilot. 2022 was the first time being back at Download after the pandemic and all that, and like the lineup was a lot of bands I've already seen before. Like it was Kiss, Iron Maiden, Biffy Clyro, and like the main stage was sort of filled with like bands who had already played, so it was a bit like familiar territory. So that's why like this year felt like really, really fresh. There was a lot of new bands on the main stages and stuff like that, and it was really, really cool. So I know I rambled a lot on this one. Sorry. But yeah. To answer your question, I don't know what the fuck was my favorite Download. I really don't know. If you put a gun to my head and said what was the best weather this year, if you put a gun to my head and said what was the best lineup, I would, at a push, say 2012. Just because of Metallica playing the Black Album in full and Black Sabbath being there and being incredible and Soundgarden and like seeing them and everything. But then again, 2014, I saw Linkin Park play Hybrid Theory. I don't know. I do not know. I'm just going to panic and say this year was the best year because I saw Metallica twice. There we go. Right. That's it for questions. I'm going to talk a bit about State of Play and Nintendo Direct. I'm going to call this episode State of Direct. Blend the two together. Hey-oh! So yeah, we had State of Play and Nintendo Direct. The Nintendo Direct was on 3 o'clock, was it? Yeah, 3 o'clock on Friday. And yeah, I always really enjoy watching the directs, like looking forward to like what games were coming out and everything, and sort of getting a reaction by them. This one, I felt a bit disappointed by the end of it. I thought it was quite mid, I'll be honest. And it was a 40 minutes presentation of what games were coming out towards the end of the year, as well as introducing some new stuff and like reminding you about like what was coming. So let's see. Splatoon has got an expansion pass DLC. I've never played Splatoon before, but it looks quite cool. I've never played Splatoon. I've never even fancied it, but at the same time, it looks quite cool. Mario versus Donkey Kong. It's another 2D Mario game, and I thought this is a bit weird. Why would I look forward to this when Super Mario Bros. Wonder is coming out like next month? Like I just saw that and here's the thing before I go into the rest of the Nintendo Direct. Just because I think Super Mario Bros. Wonder looks so good and I was so excited to play it. Like, it's overshadowed every other Mario-related thing that's coming out. So that's why I'm a bit meh towards a bit of it. So Mario vs. Donkey Kong, something new, I guess. Look, some of it looks interesting, but like I say, my views on a new Mario game at the moment are tarnished. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown looks like it's going back to like sort of old school Prince of Persia. It's a 2D platformer type thing. Prince of Persia I never properly got into back in the day. I've got Prince of Persia on my PSP. I forgot which one it is. I think it might be the third one, Warrior Within. It's like a 3D one. Couldn't get into Prince of Persia. Horizon Chase 2. It's a driving game. Looks a bit like Need for Speed, one of them type of things. Horizon Chase 2. Looks nice and colourful, I guess. It's a car game. Can't really say much else about it. You drive a car. Super Crazy, Rhythm Castle. I'm not really bothered about rhythm games. Let's see. Super Mario RPG, which is the remake of the SNES title that was out in, I'm guessing, the late 80s, the 1980s, or early 90s. But the Super Mario RPG remake, it does look good, actually, to be fair, this one. Even though what I just said about Super Mario Bros. Wonder, like Taj and everything, Super Mario RPG remake does look really, really good. And they were showing off some of like the mechanics and battle techniques you can use in this game and what new stuff they brought to it. Like, it does actually look pretty good. So get stoked about that. I'm quite stoked about it because this actually comes out a month after Wonder. So if I've finished Wonder by then, I'd pick this up definitely. There is another Chord Recollection, which are two games. One of them from the Nintendo DS and one from Nintendo Wii, all remastered and not remade, just remastered for the Switch. Really, looks quite interesting. Kind of walking simulatory from the looks of it. Kind of like Life is Strange, like trying to. I think the story is based on someone looking for the father. I might be wrong on that one. Don't quote me on that. This one's quite a big one that's come up. Princess Peach Showtime. So the last Nintendo Direct did say something of a Princess Peach game coming out, but we didn't know anything about it. But now we do. It's called Princess Peach Showtime, and you are playing Princess Peach, and it's set in a theater that gets taken over by some evil shit, and each level is sort of based on like a different play or like a different scene or whatever, and you act out that scene as Princess Peach, and she has different costumes, and each costume change has different powers and abilities, which looks quite cute, looks quite good. To be fair, I'm not against this idea. This one looks alright. Do I want to pick it up? I don't know yet. I'll see. It's one of them where I'll wait until the reviews come up. Let's see. There is I'll skip on the RPG stuff because I'll be honest, it might be me being dumb or just not played enough of these games or just being, ignorant to the category games. Like, the RPGs, like a lot of them just look very, very same and similar to me, and like whenever I see one on like a Nintendo Direct, there's not one that makes me want to get one. It doesn't show and what the story will end up being. I just see a lot of numbers flying over the place and a lot of turn-based stuff. They're just not for me. There is Saga Emerald Beyond. There is what else is there? Unicorn Overlord. That's one. What else? Banditail. Eiyuden Chronicle. Eastward. Octavia. Yeah, not bothered about the RPGs at all whatsoever. This looks wicked though. This looks awesome. Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3 are getting remastered. This is not just available for Nintendo Direct, by the way. Sorry, for Nintendo Switch. This is going to be available for other consoles as well, from what I've seen. PlayStation 5, PC, Xbox. This is awesome. So, it's still looking retro, but the graphics have just been like properly upscaled, and like the textures have been smoothed out and everything. Like, it looks really, really, really nice and really, really good. Like, if you watch like the trailer, like it shows you like the before and after of the game, and it does look really, really awesome. Instead of like lots of polygons and triangle boob Lara Croft. but here's the thing as well. Like, if you want the old school graphics, you can revert to either the old pixelated graphics or the more up-to-date ones, which is awesome. But yeah, that's quite cool. Tomb Raider 1 to 3, like, I remember them being quite hard though. I wonder if they've updated the controls, like, because they were a bit awkward, I found, on the PlayStation 1 controller. And I wonder if they updated them so it's all dual analog and that sort of thing. If they have, they're onto a winner here. Yeah, Tomb Raider 1, 2, 3, really iconic games, remastered, and you can play them on the Switch. Yeah, probably sign me up for that, man. I don't know. I might be interested in that. I'm not sure. Detective Pikachu returns. That's the name of the game. I am not interested in this whatsoever. Here's the thing. I quite liked the movie. The Detective Pikachu movie. I thought it was quite good. But looking at the game, just him being this knobhead who drinks coffee, like, oh, I can't live without my coffee. I can't solve a case without my coffee, and all this sort of shit. It's just, you're looking at, I don't know. There's nothing about this game that makes me want to get it at all. I'm just, like, I was happy watching the movie, but if I want to play a Pokemon game, I'll play fucking Sapphire Ruby. That's what I'll go for. Them type of games. Detective Pikachu, I just feel like it's so far-fetched from, like, the franchise. Even though they made a movie about it, which I really like. I don't know. The game itself looks a bit trash to me. Trombone Champ. Have you seen... If anybody's seen that game where you play a trombone and it's sort of like motion controls, like you play the trombone along to like loads of tracks. It's available now on the Nintendo Switch, and it just looks like a laugh. It looks silly. It looks like a good laugh. You play the trombone and you use your motion controller to go in and out like you actually play a trombone. Play along with you with a lot of your songs, your favourites, and it just looks like a right fun laugh, and it's multiplayer as well. Trombone Champ, there you go. Play a trombone, because Guitar Hero's dead now, unfortunately. Let's see what else there is. This one looks quite cool. Contra, if you what's the word? If you were familiar, that's the word I was looking for. Familiar with Contra, from the old NES. SNES, I believe there might have been some on the SNES, but yeah, there's definitely Contra on the NES. They are remastering, I believe it's the first one, and going under the name Operation Galuga. I think that's how it's spelled, Galuga. And yeah, Contra, it's a cool sort of side-scrolling shooting 'em up type game, similar to like the Metal Slugs and that sort of thing. Yeah. Contra looks really, really cool. Am I going to pick it up day one? Not really. I haven't played enough of Contra, but it just looks cool. So yeah, if you liked playing Contra back in the day and want to play something new by it, do that. Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which originally came out on the 3DS, is got an official trailer and everything for the Switch. It's just called Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. This does look quite cool, actually, to be fair. I'm not going to pick it up because I haven't even played the first one. I feel like I need to play the first one on the GameCube. But, you know, this is getting a HD remake. Quite cool. Graphics look nice. And, yeah, when does this come out? When does it come out? Give it the date. Summer 2024. There you go. Let's see what else. They're opening a Nintendo museum, but I can't make it because it's all the way in Kyoto. That's one thing they didn't mention. This sounds alright though. F-Zero 99, which is available on the Nintendo Online subscription service. So if you're paying for the current basic Nintendo subscription service, you will know that F-Zero is a futuristic racing game that is on the SNES collection of video games. But now, you can play F-Zero 99, which is the Battle Royale version that they've just recently made and it looks cool. Just got to be the last one standing and finish first in a race before you die. It looks really cool. It looks really cool. I'll be playing that for sure. Like, F-Zero is a cool game, so yeah, I'll be giving this a go. It's updated a bit. It's upscaled. Looks quite nice. So that's for free for anyone on the Nintendo online subscription service. F-Zero 99. Hell yes. WarioWare Move It. Just sort of going off some of the other WarioWare games. Basically just new games, but feature like the Joy-Cons for the Switch. Looks like silly fun. Looks like silly fun you do with a bunch of friends. You get to act like a chicken. Looks cool. Let's see. And Dave the Diver. Kind of looks okay. You go out into the sea and catch fish. And then you take them to your restaurant and you cook said fish for your restaurant. And you serve them. It's kind of a bit like a... What's that game called? It kind of looks like a cross between Dredge and what's the other game? Like the cooking game. I think it's called Uncooked. But like a cross between them two. There's also some announcements of the new Wave Pass for Super Mario Kart. Well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I've never played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, so I'm confused by all these waves. There's a new Among Us map. I didn't know people still played Among Us. Let's see. And so at this point, I was a bit like, there's some interesting titles on here, but nothing I'm blown away by. There's nothing here that I really want to pick up on day one. So Nintendo like to leave something big towards the end of their directs. So I had my fingers crossed for like another Metroid Prime remaster. I was hoping for like Metroid Prime Remaster 2. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes Remaster. Like, just in case we do get a Prime 4, I want to lead up to that. I was hoping for something like that, or Donkey Kong's own title, or just, I don't know. I was wanting something that was different from another Mario game, because it's another Mario game. It's Paper Mario, The Thousand Year Door, which is a remaster from the GameCube title that came out in the early noughties. I imagine a lot of people are excited about this, because I think it's quite sought out after game. If you want this on GameCube, right, like complete in box, everything, it's going to cost you over £100. I swear to God, I've seen this in CEX like for over £100, which is insane. And yeah, Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I saw this get shown, and I was like, I like the art direction in this, but I can't get excited about it because I can't wait for Super Mario Bros. Wonder again. Like, I feel like this Nintendo. I felt like this direct was very sort of. There was a lot of Mario based stuff. Like, you had the Princess Peach. You got Luigi's Mansion, Mario vs Donkey Kong, Super Mario RPG, and WarioWare. I guess you can count WarioWare as part of it. But yeah, and then you had Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. Like, it all just felt very sort of Mario based to me. I don't know. I was just hoping for something really cool and different towards the end, and yeah, I was just hoping for Metroid Prime 2 to be remastered, because I love the first remaster that came out earlier this year. It's amazing. And yeah, some people might be really excited about Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Let me know if you are, because I've never played it. So yeah, do let me know. So that's the Nintendo Direct. I did feel a little underwhelmed at the end, but I was watching Spawn Waves channel, which is like a video game reviewer / podcast presenter who I really enjoy. And he got pretty excited about Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door, and he was saying like it looks like Nintendo keeping things a bit sort of simple and on the down low in a way because they might be concentrating on the new system. And I thought, yeah, you're probably right. But you never know. We'll see. There could be a new Switch or some Nintendo console coming out in the future. We don't know yet. But we will see. We'll see. And that was a state of play as well. For PlayStation. I'll have a little chat about this. How long has this episode gone for now? 40 minutes! Bloody hell, sorry. Okay, I'll quickly go over state of play. Definitely. I feel like the state of play went a bit better than the Nintendo Direct, which is usually the opposite from what I usually see. But straight off the bat, there comes a game called Baby Steps, right? And it actually got me laughing. This game looks funny. Like, you're literally controlling the movement of your legs on this adult. And it looks intense and really, really hard. It's sort of like the legs have got like a ragdoll effect and you're controlling them. And it looks amazing. Like the design about it and everything, like it looks really, really nice. It's a nice landscape, looks cool. And there was a bit of dialogue between them, your protagonist, I guess, and like someone else, and like it's quite funny. Like, I'll get this. Like, it just says it's available summer 2024, only on PS4 and PC. Sorry, PS5. So I'm gonna get on that, definitely. So yeah. Roblox is going to be out on PS4, I believe. I don't really know much about Roblox, but that's coming to PlayStation. There you go, all you Roblox fans. What else have we got? They showed a couple of VR games, which I'll be honest, I'm not really into VR. That's because I haven't got one, and I'm not really fussed on the idea of getting a VR game. Like, or VR headset in general. But the ones that showed here look cool. Ghostbusters on VR headset. Imagine having that headset on and, like, trying to fucking catch ghosts. That sounds awesome. Like, I reckon that could be really, really great. Resident Evil 4 is coming to VR, which I'm like, no fucking thank you. I will shit myself. I mean, the Resident Evil 4 remake is incredible. It's brilliant. One of the best remakes to come out this year. So, that, with a VR headset, would be fucking horrifying. But alongside the Resident Evil 4 remake is a DLC for that game, which is titled Separate Ways. From the looks of it, you'll be playing Ada's story in it, and yeah, I'll be giving that a go, definitely. I absolutely love the remake of Resident Evil 4. It's incredible, and so I definitely want to get into it a bit more. So I'll get the DLC. I'll get the DLC for sure. I reckon it'll be really, really good. There is this game looks spectacular. I think now that the PlayStation the play excuse me while I drink this kind of Professor Peppy. There we go. So anyways, as I was saying, I think now the PlayStation has been out for nearly 3 years. I think we're starting to see what it's capable of with the high dynamic range of like colors and all the graphics and everything, and what it's capable of after, you know, using using itself with an SSD and everything. Because although I've only watched Avatar a couple of times, the first one, and thought it was a bit mid. I haven't even seen the new one. The Avatar game looks absolutely stunning. Whether the game's actually any good or not, I don't know. But Avatar game looks amazing. It does actually look really, really, really good. I recommend that. It's called Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. It's first person, and I have a feeling that'll be available for the VR as well, just looking at it. But it kind of looks like a cross between like Horizon Zero Dawn and like Turok or something like that. But yeah, very, very colourful, very vibrant. It looks amazing. More details on Ghost Runner 2. I've never played Ghost Runner before. Can't really say much on that. What else? They announced some new shells and stuff like that for the PS5. New colours for controllers and all that. Look quite nice, quite metallic. This one looks awesome. A video game called Helldivers 2. So I have never heard of Helldivers. I haven't even heard of the first one. But this, what they showed quite a bit of it. And it was literally gameplay they showed. It was of 4 players trying to take on this huge sort of spider-like creature boss thing. And there was 4 people properly working together to beat this. Like there was one dude with a rocket launcher. He needed ammo. You had to literally carry the ammo to the rocket launcher person. And each player was doing something different, like summoning bombs and all sorts. It's all sort of set like futuristically, like a Gears of War type thing. But that looked really, really cool. Like that is something I'd definitely try. So yeah, Helldivers 2, that looks awesome. Day 1 purchase, not sure. I think it's out quite soon, to be fair. But there was a lot of like gameplay footage on it. Like it does look good. There we go. 8th of February 2024 for PS5 and PC. Looks like there's no Microsoft release, unfortunately. There you go. And they showed some more of Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man 2 looks fucking awesome. It looks brilliant. Like, I just love Spider-Man games, man. I'm not really a Marvel fan. I can't really get into the movies, really. But the Spider-Man stuff, I can fuck with, right? The PlayStation 1 Spider-Man game is awesome. Right the way up to the latest ones, like the latest Spider-Man and Miles Morales that came out for PlayStation 4 and 5. Awesome. Awesome titles. They're brilliant. And this one looks better. It's insane how much better this looks. Like, just basically making it a bit more grand. Like the previous titles, make it a bit more grand. You can choose between Miles and Peter Parker, like, pretty much instantly by looks. Venom's in it, and you sort of, there's 2 different cities you can like traverse between. Like it looks like the map looks bigger as well. It looks awesome. It looks really, really awesome. I can't wait for this game. I really, really can't wait for it. It looks brilliant. But that one is also out on October 20th, I believe. Let me just double check for you. Yeah, October 20th. So it comes out the day before Super Mario Bros. Wonder. So I think I might have to get it later because that game is probably going to be about fucking 70 quid. So I'll probably hold off for Spider-Man 2 for a bit, until, you know, I've finished a few games and stuff. So, yeah. Spider-Man 2 looks brilliant. It looks absolutely awesome. What else was there? There was an RPG. That didn't take my interest. Tales of Arise. I don't know if that's like any relation to Tales of Symphonia or anything like that. I haven't played that game, but do let me know if it is. Because Tales of Arise, I'm not getting anything from it, unfortunately. This is fucking game. It's called Foam Stars. It's basically Splatoon, isn't it? But it's what is it? Instead of paint, it's foam. Cover your battle arena in as much foam as you can rather than paint. it's bloody Splatoon, isn't it? Nothing original about this game. Not asked about it, to be honest. So yeah, they ended with showing what is the sequel to the Final Fantasy VII remake. So the first Final Fantasy remake that came out earlier in the year is having its second part, which is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I have to apologize because I shied away from this trailer because I'm currently playing Final Fantasy VII, the OG one, on stream, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it, and I'm on disc free now, and I don't. And it might not have spoiled anything, but I didn't want to keep watching just in case, like something got given away and spoiled my enjoyment of finishing the game, because I'm going to finish it in the next stream I do. But from what I saw from like the first 15-20 seconds of watching the trailer, looks really good. Looks stunning. Looks absolutely stunning. So, if you love the Final Fantasy VII remake, Part 2 comes out next year. So that is February 29th. On 2 discs, apparently. PS5, baby. Sorry. Didn't mean to burp there, just came out. Right, so yeah, that's Nintendo Direct and State of Play. I think State of Play definitely came out stronger. Like, that baby steps, I'm going to get that. The Spider-Man 2 looks brilliant. The Helldivers looks awesome. I will play Final Fantasy Remake, like, once I've finished the OG one, just to, while it's fresh in my mind, I will play it. And there's some other bits and bobs in there that look quite cool. Like the VR stuff and like the DLC for Resident Evil. So, yeah, very happy for that. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. So, yeah, that's it. Just a lot of rambling on about games, as this podcast usually is. Bloody hell, I've made up to 52 fucking minutes so far. Apologies for rambling on that much. But, yeah, I recommend you listen to the new Sylosis album. The new Sylosis album is fucking brilliant. Sylosis, thrash metal band featuring Josh Milton, who was ex-Architects member. He just recently left just to keep Sylosis full time now, which is fair enough. Just musical differences in it. And the new album, it is called A Sign of Things to Come. It's amazing. If you like Metallica, if you like Gojira, listen to it. Full of riffs. Josh's vocals are absolutely on point. It's like the best I've ever heard them. The riffs are stronger. The production's massive. The solos, my God, the guitar solos just fill me with envy every time. Just an amazing album. Like, I thought the last album, Cycles of Suffering, was great, but this is even greater. Everything I said about the Yearn album that came out 2 or 3 weeks ago, this might be just as good. God, I love it. Yeah, New Sylosis. I recommend you listen to that. I'd give more of an in-depth thought about it, but I've been rambling on this podcast for too long. But anyways, thank you very much for listening to it. This podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back Friday. I'd like to think I'll definitely be back on Friday. And I hope you enjoyed the rest of your weekend. Thank you for listening to this podcast, especially if you have listened all the way through this far. We've made it past 100 listens now overall. So I'm very, very grateful for that. And yeah, if you like, just all the socials are in the description below, whatever you listen to on YouTube or Spotify or Apple or anything like that. Give the podcast a review if you enjoy it. Like, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, follow, any of that sort of stuff. Like, it's hugely appreciated. And if you want to see me play live on Twitch as well, I play retro video games and stuff, and I play guitar. If you want to do that, it's www.twitch.tv/Mastodan92. It'd be really, really great to catch you in there on chat. Yeah. I'm very, very grateful for everyone who's listening. Even if you're just fucking switching it on, listening for a couple of minutes at a time, or not even finishing it. I still appreciate you. Anyways, my name has been Master Dan. You have listened to the Master Caster Monoblog podcast. Thank you very much. I will see you Friday. Bye.